Hi guys, coming up, Billy Gibbons' sneaky, lazy power chords that may change your life. Hi guys, welcome to the Classic Guitar Rock channel. I'm Jeremy and I haven't done a lesson in a while, and I wanted to get this lesson up today. I've seen ZZ Top several times. One of my favorite bands, Billy Gibbons, one of my favorite guitar players. One of the things you'll notice about Billy Gibbons, two things really. He has a super light touch, okay? And a very efficient, one could say lazy style. He barely moves, right? Either hand. He uses the minimum of motion in both his picking hand and his fretting hand. I want to talk about his fretting hand mostly today. But if you watch him play live, you will be amazed at how little his hand moves, yet he's able to play songs, right? Part of that is his use of lazy chords, lazy shapes. He doesn't play the full shape, right? And he's able to just, play all the chords he needs to in a song without moving very much, right? And so I want to try a little exercise. I want you to pick a spot on the guitar neck, and we'll just focus on power chords to begin with, right? Power chords, fifth chords, right? Just the first and the fifth of a chord. If you want to add the octave, you could do that, right? I'm assuming you know your power chords, but let's stay right there at the third fret and let's just look at how many power chords we can play. Okay, we got the G, we got the C. We can come up here based on the fourth string. I got an F. I got this little guy. That's a B flat. Okay, that's not a very common shape, but that's a power chord shape you could use. So I've got those four chords that I could play. But here's where it gets interesting. There's these little double stop shapes. And what do I mean by double stops? Well, they're where instead of playing the root with our index finger, right, we just play, for instance, on a G, instead of playing that, I could just play the fifth and fourth string. That's still a fifth chord. My root's on the bottom, just a different inversion. See what I'm doing there? That's still a fifth chord. So now if I'm approaching it from that double stop standpoint where I'm playing the two upper notes of a fifth chord, I can now add, so there's a G chord there. Here's an F chord there. I can do it here too. That would be a C chord, B flat chord. So just there is four chords. Double stops, right? Those are chords, right? Sharp Dressed Man, good example. So he's doing that. Those are fifth chords, all right? But there's another little way that he spices up chords. So let's think of an F. Okay, I could play an F here, fifth chord, power chord. I could play these two notes, right? Or how about if I did this? I'm playing these two chords and I add this guy, which is actually a C chord, but that's the fifth of an F chord, right? Then I get this little inversion. See how it sounds a little different than this? See the difference? And that right there, a very common thing that you'll hear Billy do. For instance, okay, let's look at Give Me All Your Lovin', okay? I got to have a shot. Just what you got is oh so sweet. Okay, look how little my hand's moving. I'm playing 3 chords there, okay? There's an F. There's a B flat. Yeah, let's see. F, B flat, C. I'm just barring right there. See how I'm doing that? I'm barring that. If I play the 3rd and 4th strings, that gives me my B flat, okay? If I put my pinky there at the 5th fret, 4th string, now it's a C. If I drop my pinky down to the 4th string, that's an F. See that? Okay, so very economical, right? I mean, he's playing that whole song, basically the whole verse, without moving. He's moving. The movement is this. Okay, so Billy Gibbons uses a lot of those little double stop things. That's just part of his playing, right? You know, he's not the only one that does it, right? But using just those little 2-note shapes allows you to, first of all, play your chords a lot faster, but play them without even moving around the neck much, okay? Now, if you add your caged chords, your knowledge of the cage system, that gives you even more chords to play in one spot. So let's go back to the 3rd fret. Remember, I could play a G power chord, C power chord, F power chord, B flat power chord, all in that fret. What if I do this little shape? I call it the Rolling Stone shape, or the Ace Frehley shape. All I'm doing is adding this. That's part of this D sharp caged chord based on the C pattern. If you don't know caged yet, check out my lesson on the cage system. But that gives you another. That's a D sharp I can add. That's no longer a power chord because that's actually a major chord. But, you know, come back a fret, there's a D. Come up a fret, there's an E, right? So I'm adding more and more chords just in the space of a couple frets. You can realistically play every chord in about a 3 position range. You can play every chord, right? So my challenge for you is to learn all those patterns to where you're not having to look all over the neck. Makes it a lot easier, especially if you sing, right? If you're able to comfortably reach those different grips without sliding 10 frets up and down the neck. Here's another thing, open chords. So let me give you an example. Billy Gibbons. So Jesus Just Left Chicago. Okay, this is a G chord, right? G chord. I'm playing the G with my ring finger on the 3rd fret. I'm deadening the 5th string. So it's like a G over C. All I'm doing is putting down those strings from my C shape, right? And then you go up to the C. This one's a little trickier, but the same thing. I'm not even playing the high E, not even worrying about the high E. Now on the C, now I'm going to drop my middle finger to the F and then put down my pinky right below my C note. So on the 3rd string or 4th string, 3rd fret, that gives me my F shape. So see how I do the C? back to the G. But again, very economical. So he does it even on open type chords. Billy Gibbons is worth studying, guys, not just for his lead stuff. His lead stuff's phenomenal. His tone is phenomenal. But the way he uses chords in just these little chunks. You add volume, you add gain, and these little two-note chunks become massive. You know. Okay, so that's your homework assignment. Find a spot on your guitar, milk out as many chords as you can without moving your hand, and think about the lazy technique of Billy Gibbons. Hope that helps. Thanks so much for watching. Check out our podcast, and we'll see you on the next Classic Guitar Rock. Thanks. Bye-bye.